All right, tonight voters will decide on HISD's historic $4.4 billion bond proposal. The district says the funds are crucial for upgrades like heating, air conditioning, and security, also expanding education programs. Joining us to discuss is Judith Cruz, Texas Assistant Director for EdTrust Houston Region. She's also a former HISD trustee and supports the bond proposal. Judith, thanks for making time for us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Absolutely. Good to see you. We've got a little less than 4 hours before these polls close. So for those who still aren't familiar with the specifics here, give us some background on Props A and B and what exactly that money will do for HISD schools.
Yeah, and I'll start with Prop B since that's the smaller one. Per state law, districts are required to separate anything that is technology upgrades into its own ballot measure, and that's why it's separate. And then the rest of the bond measure is Prop A. The majority of that will go to renovating and rebuilding a little over 40 schools. It will also include upgrades to safety and security, given where our schools are in terms of just kind of the climate that we live in. We need to make sure that schools are safe, and this will include perimeter fencing, secure entrance, one point of entry into schools. A lot of our schools currently don't have that. And so we did a safety audit per state law that requires these safety measures to be put in place. It will also include 3 new career and technology education centers and the upgrade of one existing one that exists in the HISD. And this is where students can earn industry-based certificates that will, when they graduate from high school, they're able to go directly into the workforce and earn livable wages in high-need industries. It will also include the expansion of pre-kindergarten. We have lots of areas in the district that have more demand than the district is able to meet.
And Judith, those who oppose this proposal, they really haven't minced words this election cycle. The hashtag no trust, no bond has been used over and over. Why, in your view, should taxpayers trust the leaders of a state-appointed district with this record-setting amount of money?
So the bond being asked to be approved is $4.4 billion, and this will be rolled out in several different buckets. So not all of the money gets rolled out at once. We know that this state-appointed administration will not be here for the long term. This is a temporary intervention and takeover. And also, we have really desperate needs that have been ongoing for quite some time. Districts normally go out for a bond every 4 to 5 years, especially a district of our size. And the last time that voters were asked to approve a bond was in 2012. And the last time that investments were made in elementary schools was in 2007. So you can imagine, with 284 different school buildings in the district, the need gets pretty high. We need to invest ongoing maintenance. A lot of our schools are over 50 years old. We have hundreds of students attending school in temporary buildings, and temporary buildings that have become permanent, that have been in use for not just years, but decades now. And so we have mold and lead and other sorts of things that are not conducive for safe and healthy learning environments for students.
Well, we will certainly be watching those returns this evening, and the voters will ultimately decide. But Judith Cruz, Texas Assistant Director with EdTrust and former HISD trustee, thank you so much for your insights this afternoon. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.